Hi guys, I'm Dr. Bhasha Mukherjee, the current Miss England, and
I'm Meeta, Bhasha's mom.
so I am 24 years old. I have no current health problems. Tell us about yourself.
I am 50-year-old and I've got blood pressure, high blood pressure, and I've been suffering from high BP from 2008, and I am pre-diabetic as well.
So we have some questions that we wanted to answer about our association with ProLongevity. We wanted to talk about ProLongevity as a brand and a journey that we are going on as mother and daughter. How did you find out about ProLongevity? So I heard about it through being part of Miss England. I heard about it through John, who's also gone through the treatment. John, runs the video company and works with Miss England team quite frequently. He knew that I was passionate about diabetes and prevention of diabetes. Being a doctor as well, I've always felt we need to be more proactive about diabetes prevention. And he told me about it because he'd gone through it and he recommended I should give it a go. What about you? How about you?
I came to know from you.
Okay. What was the initial consultation like? You first.
Well, in the first consultation, he told us about the product and how it monitors your sugar levels like all the time, and we can get a reading from an app and from any phone, and we have to just install the app and then keep getting readings, and if we follow the readings throughout the day, there will be a graph which will show, and that kinds of tells you whether you are what kind of food you're eating and how it is affecting your sugar levels, and you will have to take it from there.
Fine. Okay. My first impression of Graham was the first consultation, although we had a phone chat. I think I was focusing more on what he had to teach us about diet and all the things that I thought I knew about diet and nutrition, and how he debunked a lot of myths. He gave us an initial questionnaire which made me introspect as well. I think he spent a good hour and a half with us, and that was really useful in my opinion, because I've never really had to think about my health in that way, and I don't go to the doctors very much, and when you go, you only go for 10 minutes at the longest. So it was interesting to talk about health for a good period of time. What did you learn? I'll talk about what I learned first. I'll say one thing I learned which absolutely blew my mind was the things about gut bacteria. I learned so much, and I find this topic so interesting. The fact that our gut bacteria actually contributes to how much weight we put on from what foods we eat, and the fact that we can actually change the way we put on weight by changing the gut bacteria colony, so to speak. I was blown away by all this research that Graham had done into this, and everything he had to teach. What did you learn?
When Graham said that, that high blood pressure can be related to sugar levels, that was something which I never thought. And I did not think, sugar can have such an impact, and that it actually affects so many things in your health. And I was like, okay, my BP has been there constantly, and I am looking forward to raising the dose. Just take it as normal that with time the dose is going to go up. And yes, I'm pre-diabetes as well, pre-diabetic as well, so it's going to affect my health at some point. So I did not think that changing diet, changing lifestyle can actually have a regular, on a daily basis, it has an impact on your health, and you can actually do something from your end and making small changes.
Okay, right. What do you think about a device like the ProLongevity, the continuous blood glucose monitor? What do you think about it?
Well, it's going to be something new, which I'm going to get into. I've never had any device on me, and I've had a brief look at how it looks like. So I'm not sure what to expect, but yes, I am a bit wary about it. That it's going to how painful it's going to be to put it on, and then how whether it's going to impact any other activities of me, or whether I'm going to feel any constant pain, or anything which interferes with my daily life. I'm a bit wary till I actually get it.
But what do you think about the actual concept of the device?
The concept of the device is to record your blood sugar levels. I understand that, but to have an electronic something on your body can be quite, something which because you've never done it. So that is something is a bit making me, think about it, but then I'll still give it a try.
Okay, what do I think about the device? When I first learnt about it was, I was at a diabetes conference in London. I learnt about this device that's mainly used by type 1 diabetics to check their blood sugar. I think it was revolutionary, replacing the need for finger pricking. But when Graham first told me on the initial consultation and also over the phone about it, I was so excited to try it. I really am looking forward to try it because I understand. I think it's more interesting for me because I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
And I read and see other people's blood readings and look at the patterns there. And I genuinely don't get enough time to actually look after my own health. I do the general gist of, working out and eating, trying to eat sort of healthy, that sort of thing. But I don't ever go to see my GP. I don't really get blood tests done, so I don't really know what's going on inside my body. So I think I'm quite excited to see what's happening, what's really going on in my body and what are the patterns, Okay, next question. Why do you want to do it?
Well, after the first consultation, when Graham said that, it will impact on my BP, and my BP levels can be brought down by monitoring the sugar. That was what actually made me interested in it, because obviously BP is an ongoing issue, and I don't want it to, constantly rise my medication dosage with the years going. So this is something which I've got nothing to lose, but at the same time, if it works, then I can actually control my BP and my chances of having diabetes. So
and you've been doing some regular blood pressure readings, haven't you?
Yeah.
What have you learned about that so far?
Well, my blood pressure's up.
It has. And you didn't know that before?
I didn't know that.
You only ever got it checked every so often from the GP.
Yeah.
So this is a discovery we've made about you, that your blood pressure is actually not being controlled by the medication you're taking. So
yeah, and also the fact that maybe you're completely feeling normal, but your pressure is raised. You don't know, which happens with, I think, a lot of patients who are on long-term hypertension
Yeah,
patients.
exactly.
So they don't understand when the raise is happening, and you just carry on with your life as normal, whereas in reality, inside your body is actually, struggling, maybe, it's to keep up with the rise in blood pressures. And every small activities or any stressful situation if you're going through, and all these it is a wear and tear inside which is happening, which we don't come to know until we finally have one day when there is a breakdown, and then you go and see the doctor. So I think that's very that's scary.
How frequently have you been having these blood pressure readings?
Every
so
day.
Every day.
Every
We've
day,
been doing
morning
both
and
arms.
evenings. Yes.
We've
Mornings.
noticed your left arm is slightly higher.
Yeah.
Very slightly higher. And what's the pattern that you've noticed with your blood pressure so far from the readings?
Well, my pressure goes up at night. I've seen that, which is apparently unusual. Apparently, most of the people get it higher in the mornings because of high cortisol levels, whereas in my case, in the mornings because of high cortisol levels, whereas in my case, so I don't know, it could be my food which I eat all throughout the day, my sugar levels going up, and that impacting my blood pressure. So that is, we have yet to find out.
Yeah. So in terms of why I wanted to do this myself, the main reason was that I am a doctor. I'm more and more curious about the topic of metabolic syndrome, which is your high blood pressure, your diabetes, pre-diabetes, high cholesterol. All these encompasses the way you metabolize things and how it impacts the daily functions of your body, basically. I was really intrigued by it because it is more common in South Asians. I have a family history. Dad's got it. You've got high blood pressure. So I'm sort of stuck at both ends, zone. A high risk zone. With COVID-19 as well, we've seen a direct relationship between metabolic syndromes and poor prognosis with COVID. So it's been something I'm really intrigued with, and this year I'm an ambassador for Diabetes Prevention, Diabetes UK. It's something I feel very passionately about, to learn more about it, not just for myself, so I can learn more about nutrition, because that's not something we learn about in medical school, and I want to pass this knowledge forward. My reign as Miss England has always been about health education, and just this topic of going through this journey is going to keep this topic of diabetes, metabolic syndrome, nutrition, food at the forefront of my brain. And I'll be talking more about it. I'll be telling others about it. I can teach my patients and just the neighboring people around me about what I'm learning through this journey.
Yeah.
So that's my why as to why I'm doing this.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's our first impressions on ProLongevity. Stay tuned for our week 1 update. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Mwah.